Good afternoon, students. Once again, welcome back to the course of Software Testing Techniques. This video is brought to you by Newton's Group of Institutions, Macharla. This is Arvind Egireddy from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Today, let us discuss path products and regular expressions. So, in this particular unit, we will see what are control flow graphs and identify the path products, path sums, and path expressions, and identify how mathematical laws like distributive, associative, and commutative laws they are going to hold for the paths. Then we discuss in our next videos, we discuss about the reduction procedure algorithm to control flow graphs, and we will use it for simplifying it into a single path expression. Then we will find all the possible paths, maximum path count for any given flow graph. Then we will find see how to find out the minimum paths that are required to cover a given flow graph. And we calculate the probability of paths. And we try to understand the need for finding out the probabilities. And we will see about the difference between the structured and unstructured flow graphs. Then we calculate the mean processing time of a routine for any given flow graph. So here in these videos, coming videos also, we will discuss the complementary operations like push and pop or get and return, and we are going to interpret them along with the flow graphs. And finally, we will identify the limitations for all the above approaches what we are going to use. So here, let us start with path products and regular expressions. So here, the motivation is the flow graphs are being an abstract representation of the program. So any questions about the program can be cast into an equivalent equations about an appropriate flow graphs. And most software development testing and debugging tools, they are being used for flow graph analysis techniques. So let us start with what is a path. So here, a path which is a sequence of statements which starts at the entry and which is going to end at the exit, and it passes all the decisions, junctions, and this particular process of entering all decisions, junctions is what we call it as a path. So here the path, it represents different links, and we can give a simple weights on the link by some name. So that is how we can represent a path. So using these link names, so we can convert the graphical flow graph into an equivalent algebraic expression. And these link names in general, we will be denoting by lowercase italic letters. And when we traverse the path, we traverse the link names that give the name of the path. And suppose if we traverse A, B, D, F through E, B, D, F, then the path would be EBDF. So here the path name is also called as path product. And here you can see one example. So here in this picture, EACF, which is one path, then EADF is another path, EBDF is the other path, and EBCF is the other path. Now coming to the second picture, here we can see different paths. Here A, B, C, D, E is one path. Next A, B, G, K, H, D, E is another path. Or else A, B, G, J, F, B, C, H, okay, sorry, not H, C, D, E is another path. Then A, B, Okay, B, G, K, H, D, I, M, F, B, C, D, E. So we do have different paths. So these are the different paths. So let us take some more examples, few more examples. So here, if you see this picture, AC is one path, A, B, C, which is another path, A, B, again B, C is a path. So here B is a loop, A, B, 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 C, which is another path. So the different paths we can represent. So here in this picture, you can see A, B, D, which is one path, A, B, C, D is one path, A, B, C, C, B, D is one path, A, B, C, 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 B, D is another path. So here A, B, C, B, C, B. So C, B will be continuously repeating and ending with A, or starting with A and ending with D. So these are all the different paths what we can see. So now let us see what is a path product. So normally flow graphs, they used to denote only control flow connectivity. Here the simple weights can be given to a link which is a name. So unlike using the link names as weights, so when we then convert the graphical flow graph into an equivalent algebraic like expressions, which denote the set of all possible paths for entry to exit for a flow graph. So here every link of a graph that can be given a particular name, and these links we are going to denote by using lowercase italic letters. So the in tracing the path segment which flows through a flow graph. So here we traverse a succession of link names. So here the name of the path or the path segment that is going to correspond to those links which is expressed naturally by concatenating those link names. Okay, so here the concatenation of names of two consecutive path segments, which we call it as an path product. So for example, if the x and y are defined as x is equal to a, b, c, d, e and y is equal to f, g, h, i, j, then xy is a, b, c, d, e. So this x is a, b, c, d, e followed by fy. Y is f, g, h, i, j. So a, b, c, d, e, f, g, h, i, j. And y, if it is yx product, then f, g, h, i, j comes first, a, b, c, d. Here xy need not be equal to yx. So commutative law does not hold good for path products. So maybe other associative law it may hold good, but here the commutative law does not hold good for path. Suppose if it is ax, then we have to, in front of x, we have to keep this weight small a. So it is nothing but a, b, c, d, e. If it is xa, then we have to end with this small a at the end of this particular thing. A, b, c, d, e, a. And in between, if it is a, b, c, d, e, a, then again a, b, c, d, e, x, a, x. So let us do this with another example. So in this example, here it is x is equal to ABC plus DEF plus GHI. Whereas y is equal to UVW plus Z. Then XY will be represented as the product of these things. So here, of course, we are going to apply the distributive law also. So each term multiplied with these terms. So then it is ABC UVW, ABCZ, DEF UVW, DEFZ, GHI UVW, GHI Z. So if x is equal to ABCDE, then x power 1 will be ABCDE, 1x. Here x square is equal to x into x. So we have to write ABCDE, ABCDE. So here the path product which is not commutative, that is xy does not necessarily will be equal to yx. but the product is associative. That is xy of z is equal to x of yz. So associative law holds good for path products, whereas commutative law, no. So if you are using commutative law, if you are doing a mistake of writing first one with second one replacing, then again it will be a bug. So now let us see what is a path expression. So here an expression that consists of path names or and which denotes a set of paths between two nodes, what we call it as an path expression. So path expression, which is being defined as an expression which represents set of all possible paths between the entry and exit nodes. So for this particular figure, if we consider, the path expression will be f of x plus y plus d into g of u plus v plus w plus h plus I plus j into k. So this is the path expression for this particular thing. So now let us see what is a path sum. So in general, the plus sign was being used to denote the fact that the path names were part of the same set of paths. So here the path sum that denotes the path which is parallel between the nodes. If it is parallel between the nodes, then we call it as a path sum. So if you see in this particular figure, here A and B in this figure, they are parallel. So they are parallel between the node 3 and 4. Therefore, we can write this as A plus B. Similarly, C and D are parallel between the nodes 4 and 5. So between 4 and 5, we can link up with C plus D. So the set of all paths between the node 1 and 2 can be thought of as set of parallel paths and is being denoted by E, A, okay, E, A, C, F or E, A, C, D, F or E, B, D, F or E, B, C, F. How we got means here we apply different rules. So here E of A plus B into C plus D into F. By applying other laws like distributive law, we get that particular expression. So here X and Y, if we are going to take X and Y, which are set of paths that lie between the same pair of nodes, then X plus Y denotes the union of those set of paths. So let us take one more example. So here the set of parallel paths are being denoted by X plus Y plus D and the second by U plus V plus W plus H plus I and this one J, sorry, this is H. So here one more J, I, J. So here the set of all paths in this particular flow graph will be f of X plus Y plus D into G into U plus V plus W plus H plus I plus J into K. So this is how we are going to represent the path expression. So here path sum is commutative and associative. Commutative in the sense X plus Y is equal to Y plus X. Sum is commutative, but product is not commutative. And it is associative as well. So here instead of X plus Y of plus Z, we can write X plus of Y plus Z. So here path sum, which is both commutative and associative, whereas in coming to the path product, it is associative, but which is not a commutative. Now let us see with loops. So here loops can be understood as an infinite set of parallel paths. So say that the loop consists of a single link B, then the set of all paths through that loop point is it can be B power 0, that is no B's. So we are not going to enter that loop, or it can be a single loop, double loop, triple loop, 4 loops. So it is b power 1, b square, b cube, b4, b5. But there should it cannot be an infinite loop. So it should end at some position. So that let us discuss. So here this potentiality of infinite sum, which is been which we will be denote it by using B star. That is a star closure, what we have learned in finite automata theory. So the potentially infinite sum, which is being denoted by B star for an individual link and by X star when X is a path expression. If X is a path expression. So here the path expression for the picture what we have seen in the above slide, that is this one, is denoted by B star. So here for an individual link and by X star when X is path expression. So here the path expression for this particular picture will be, if this is A and this is C, then it is A B star C. The meaning is AC or ABC or ABBC. So here, yeah, we can take. So AC, ABC, ABBC, ABBBC. So eventually here what we can do is A into A star or A star into A will be equal to A. That is what we call it as A plus. So plus closure. Star closure. So star closure will be having a 0 or more than 1 in that particular loop. So if you have minimum at least 1, then we call it as plus closure. So A plus. So here X into X star into X is equal to X plus. That is minimum 1X. So this X is mandatory. X star it can be either 0 or more than 0. So here it is more convenient to denote the fact that the loops cannot be taken more than a certain, say, n number of times. So in that particular case, a bar is used under the exponent to denote the factor. So here, if you can see, here we are representing bar, x n bar. Underscore the exponent, we are using the bar, x n bar. Which means that it is having a finite n value. That is x0, x power 1, x square, x cube, x4, x plus x5, plus 1, x power n. Finite. Now, let us see the distributive law. So here the product and sum operations, they are distributive. And the ordinary rule for multiplications apply. That is the rule 4 that which says that A of B plus C will be equal to AB plus AC. And B plus C of D will be equal to BD plus CD. It is not DB, DC, it is BD, CD, because product does not hold a commutative law. So by applying these rules to this particular figure, the value what we have discussed is C, E of AB into CD into F. That by multiplying these two things, so we got AC, AD, BC, BF, first multiplied by E, followed multiplication with F. We are going to get 4 paths. So these are the 4 different paths what we were discussing from starting of this particular thing. So how we got means by applying the distributive law. Now coming to the absorption law. So if X and Y denote the same set of paths, then the union of these sets is unchanged consequently. So this law which enables us a reduction in a complete expression into a simple one by absorbing the link terms. So we can reduce the link terms. So X plus X will be equal to X, X plus A, X plus A, X plus ABC, X plus ABCD. So A, ABC, ABCD, DEF, all are being observed. So if a set consists of path names and a member of sets which is added to it. The new name which is already in the set of names contributes nothing and can be ignored. So that is what we have done here. So it follows that any arbitrary sum of identical path expression reduces to the same path expression, that is X. So this is what is absorption law. So here we have some more laws. So from rule 6 to 16. So X n bar plus X m bar, that is bar under exponent, bar under exponent here. Then it can be X n bar if n is greater than m, and it is X m bar if m is greater than n. So whichever is great. So here we are absorbing. And Xn into Xm will be equal to Xnm plus m. Okay, Xn into X star will obviously will be equal to X star or X star into X, anything. Xn into X plus and X plus into Xn will be X plus. X star into X plus, X plus into X star will be X plus, because X plus will be having minimum 1. So that's the reason we will get X plus. And I didn't 1 plus 1 is equal to 1, 1 into X, X into 1 is equal to X, 1 power n or 1 power n bar, 1 star is equal to 1 plus is equal to 1. And 1 plus 1 is equal to 1 star is equal to 1. X plus 0 is equal to 0 plus X is equal to X. 0 into X is equal to X into 0 is equal to 0. So all these are the rules. So here, this particular rule preceding a set of paths by a path of 0 length does not change the set. So here in this case, no matter how often we traverse the path of 0 length, it is a path of 0 length. And the null sets of paths we are denoting by 0. So it obeys the following rule, that is X plus 0 is equal to 0 plus X is equal to X, and 0x is equal to X0 is equal to 0. That is, if you block the paths of a graph for after by the graph that has no path, then there would be any path. So I hope you understood the first concepts. So what is a path? What is path product? What are path sums, path expressions, and different mathematical laws, and how they are going to hold in product sum and product path products and path sums. We have discussed about the distributive law, associative law, commutative law. So commutative law is not going to hold for path products, whereas it is going to hold for path sums. Of course, associative law, which is being used for path products and path sums, it holds good for path products and path sums. So these are the different mathematical laws what we are going to apply. So in coming videos, we will see how we are going to apply them. Okay, so I hope that's all for now. So if you like this video, and if you want to go with more interesting videos for this extension related to path products and regular expressions, like how we are going to use node reduction procedure algorithms on the control flow graphs, and how we are going to find out the maximum path count, minimum path coverage for a given flow graph. So please follow my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you like this video, please press the like button. And also don't forget to press the bell icon so that you can get notifications from my channel whenever I upload my video. Thank you. Thank you.